With TikTok and YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and things like Facebook, I think they have Reels too, with things like that getting bigger and bigger every single day, and more people are getting the TikTok brain, I like to call it, with some other people only liking to watch short form content and their attention spans being damaged more and more. Is this going to cause movies and TV shows and maybe even long form content like this on YouTube to die out slowly? While we're not seeing it just yet, I really worry about the future, and that's what I want to talk about today. So I'm going to give you my opinion on what I think is going to come for the future, and mostly just my worries, and I'd love to hear what you think in the comments down below afterwards. I do want to say before we get into it, hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's talk about this. So the big thing is, like I just mentioned, everybody is getting a TikTok brain. As people keep getting their phones and they're scrolling through YouTube Shorts, they're scrolling through TikTok, Instagram Reels. I'm guilty of using it as well, but I am one of the people where I feel like I'm one of those weirdos that is aware that my brain's being damaged by this stuff. So I like to do stuff like watch movies. I like to read. I watch very long TikToks. I like to keep my brain healthy in this sense, but the vast majority of people are not doing that. And of course, that's leading to people like, I don't know the stats off the top of my head, but the attention spans of people have been getting more and more damaged, and it's quickly becoming more worrisome, especially as you want to talk about kids in schools and stuff like that. So even if you want to take it in, you know what, the iPad kids that grew up, that was a meme for a little while. How many of you, people probably my age, I'm 25 right now, how many people do you eat something and you just have YouTube playing? You have something playing. You have a TV show playing. I know most people like to eat and watch stuff. Well, that wasn't a thing in our parents' generation. Nowadays, what people are doing is they're eating it with a little phone stand, not even a phone stand, maybe they're just holding their phone and scrolling through TikTok. That's even worse. And it's funny is my mom tried to tell me about this before it even became a trend. Like when I was growing up, she's like, oh, you can't always watch something when you're eating. You know what I mean? You need to just enjoy your meal. You'll eat too much. You'll get fat. You'll get stuff like that. And my mom's just the smartest person in the world, man. It's crazy. She was worrying about that. But it's a really, really interesting topic, because as people's attention spans get damaged, does this mean that they're going to watch things less and less? Look at movie theaters. They're not nearly as packed, unless it's like for a huge Marvel movie. They're not nearly as packed as they were when I was a child. And still, movies like Ant-Man's coming out. You need something to like hit, like the Mario movie, for example. That's something that everybody would want to see. You know what I mean? You won't see movies packed at all. I live right next to a movie theater, a very popular movie theater. It's not really usually packed. But this is just the beginning of it. You know, and obviously they're still making a profit, but I worry as less people watch this, because here's the first example, like I pointed out to you earlier. People aren't watching YouTube anymore when they eat. They're watching TikTok. They are slowly getting away from YouTube. They're slowly getting away from movies, TV shows, and it's just short form content. It's gotten to the point where it's even become a meme right now, but it's a very, very troubling aspect of life where you need Subway Surfers or Minecraft parkour on the bottom just to keep people's attention spans. People aren't liking movies anymore. That's one of the reasons why, don't get me wrong, I'm totally on the train that Marvel is making poor movies lately, but part of the reasons is because people are just getting bored. They need something like bang, 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 constantly at your face. I'm not going to do the edits, but they would need to zoom into my face, zoom out, have something on the screen, text here, explosion here. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do those edits for you because I'm very lazy in that sense, but you get the point that I'm saying. That's what people need nowadays, and movies aren't having that. And people are coming out of these movies and being like, oh man, movies just aren't hitting the same. You know, it's crazy to me. It's absolutely insane. Why do you think so many people have these TV shows that absolutely suck right now? You know, and that's just the beginning. We're in the beginning stages of this. So that's what I worry about. I worry about people in the future. The TV shows not being a thing. Movies not being a thing. You would have to have some like magnificent thing come out. Like I said, like the Mario movie. I can't even think about something that you could make. They already had a Pokemon movie. That would do well. But I'm trying to think of something that you could just get the entire world behind, and that's a horrible thing where you need to think of something to that magnitude to make a video, to make a movie on. I worry about what's going to happen for YouTube. But on the other side of the coin, in recent years, you've seen the rise of long-form podcasts. But then again, I don't really have the stats on me. That's the only problem. The biggest videos are obviously the short-form content, the clips from the podcast. The clips with text constantly popping up with every word that's coming out of your mouth. You know what I mean? You need something on the screen. My point is I really worry about the attention spans of people. It's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse. This short form content stuff is absolutely horrible for you. It's horrible for your brain. Like I said, it's frying your dopamine receptors. And it doesn't help that half the guys out there are just watching just girls dancing constantly. So you're frying your dopamine receptors even more. They're just going to go and they're going to go to their bedroom and they go touch themselves for a little bit. That's another problem we don't even want to talk about. So you're getting double the dose of dopamine. But still, I'm laughing at it, but it's a very, very troubling aspect of life right now. As I wanted to make videos just talking about movies and TV shows, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this forever. Thankfully, this isn't necessarily the biggest problem, but you can even take this into other aspects of life. What if you get to the point, and I know it sounds like a, I don't know, not a conspiracy, but I know it sounds far-fetched, but I truly believe this is a possibility. You're going to get to a point where people are they fried their dopamine receptors to a point and they ended up depressed to a point, because it's all connected, right? I'm not here to give you a lecture on it, but eventually, as you continue to fry your dopamine receptors, you're not going to find things as pleasurable. You're going to get depressed. You're going to get lonely. You know what I mean? So what if all these kids growing up today, they grow up lonely. They don't want to do anything. Maybe they don't want to work, because that's already a problem. You know what I mean? But what if they don't want to do stuff like play baseball because it's boring? You need something constantly flying in your face. You know what I mean? We're already seeing it with adult content. People prefer it over regular women. It's crazy. It's all connected. It's all damaging your brains and warping you to just be depressed, be lazy, do nothing. What if they don't want to play baseball? That's not a very active sport. That was like one of the most fun things I could ever do as a kid. I still love throwing a ball. I haven't done it in a long time, but still, it's one of the best things I could ever do. What if you get to this point where nobody wants to do anything except watch this short form content? There is a light at the end of the tunnel, though. And I don't know if it's necessarily a light, because there are some companies that are giving up ads on short form content, because as you're scrolling, they're not receiving nearly as many ad clicks, where if you're watching like a YouTube video and a long form ad and you don't have the just mindlessly scrolling brain right now, then you could potentially click on an ad. You could potentially watch a movie trailer, something along those lines. But there have been multiple studies. I looked in this just a little bit, so take what I'm saying with kind of a grain of salt. The foundation of what I'm saying is correct. I'm talking about specifics. There have been studies out there where people just get into an idea where they just scroll and get their dopamine hits while they're not really paying attention to anything. So that could be a reason why ad companies are pulling their ads away from short form content. If that's not the reason, though, then podcasts are continuing to grow. Long form YouTube content hasn't died out. So maybe this is a little bit of a worry for nothing. Maybe people are just getting sick and tired because maybe only your receptors could only get fried for so long of the same thing. Then you wanted something new, so you go back to long form content. It's all a little bit up in the air right now, and there's nothing really specific that we can point to because it's in such early stages. So I hope to God that people are giving up on short form content. It's difficult to make short form content too, to be honest with you. But I really worry about society, and I worry about my kids. It's tough because I'm going to bring a kid into the world next year, and then what am I supposed to do? Everybody in their age is going to have an iPad and a phone, and then what are they going to do, left out? Ideally, I would leave them out. Ideally, I would homeschool them at this point, but I'm not in a financial situation where I'm able to do that. It's going to be tough because what am I supposed to do? Like I said, everybody has an iPad or a phone except them. And if I give them a phone, no matter what blockers I do, they're always going to find a way, especially young men. They're going to find a way to watch adult content. They're going to find a way to look at girls, especially as they grow up and hit puberty. It's like as if you're going to stop a young boy from looking at women. You know what I mean? It's going to, I have very little hope for the future. The only hope that I have is not even a ban, because then you have Instagram Reels, you have YouTube Shorts. Short form content isn't going anywhere. But I hope that the companies pulling ads from shorts will mean that YouTube will push out the content less, and then there will be only long form content for people to watch, and maybe people will like long form content again. Again, the podcast being popular is a nice light at the end of the tunnel, but we don't know if we're necessarily on those train tracks to go there. Maybe we're going to fly over a mountain and fall off. You know what I mean? So this is where I'll leave it up to you guys. I would love to know what you think about this down below, because I'm really worried about movies. I know I went a little bit off topic there and I was just talking about in general, but I'm worried about movies and TV shows. Are they not going to be a thing anymore? As I'm talking to you right now, I'm not sure what channel I'm going to upload this on, whether it's Conversations or Clenema. But I think I was talking about shows for a little while, wasn't I? I got really off topic for this video. So I don't know. I really, really worry about the future of movies, the future of TV shows, because as less people watch them, the budget's going to be less and the movies are going to get worse. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this down below. Again, this is where I'll leave it up to you. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to hear your opinion down below. I will be responding to the comments. Thank you for watching on the screen right now. If you would like to look at a movie review or something along those lines, hit the video right there. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you there. Take care.